What is up, guys, and welcome back to Astro Music and Tutorials. So the other day I came across a MIDI chord generator. Now the concept of that isn't exactly new, but then it is very hard to find a good MIDI chord generator, but I think I found a really good one. For those of you who don't know, a MIDI chord generator is exactly what its name suggests. It generates chord progressions and sometimes even melodies. They're like the ultimate hack for a music producer to come up with chord progressions. You can also use it if you're feeling uninspired or if you're having a creative block. So let's dive into the video and see if I can cook up a beat with this MIDI chord generator. Also, on a random side note, I started reading a while back, so I thought I'd just show you the book that I'm reading right now. It's The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. I don't know if you guys care or not, but then in case any of you guys do read, let me know in the comments if you read this. I just started, but it's pretty good so far. So yeah, I guess that's it. Now let's move on to the video. So this is the MIDI chord generator that I was talking about. It's called Chord Player. You can see a bunch of chords in front of me. Before we get to that, let's just start at the top. You can adjust the volume. You can choose what instrument you want. There is quite a few. Me personally, since I'm only using the MIDI notes, I don't really care about what instrument that I use because I'm not going to use that particular sound anyway. I usually leave it on grand piano. You can choose the style of your playing. And again, there's a ton to choose from. Also in the style menu, you can also choose the tempo. And then finally, you can choose the scale. Below that, we have the chords, melody, result, and explore. And I'm not going to act like I know this plugin like the back of my hand and I know everything there is to know, but then I know enough to generate a good chord progression and keep my creativity flowing. So once you select the scale, the chords will be made available for you right here. This will only show you the chords within that particular scale. It's basically a mini game of sorts. All you have to do is mix and match the puzzle pieces and come up with a good sounding chord progression. In my opinion, this is also a good way to learn your scales and chord progressions because if you just hover over a particular chord, it'll show you exactly the chord shape on the piano on top. So we have D sus2. Look at that. E minor. G major 7th. A sus2. Below on this yellow bar over here is where your chord progression is going to be. It says here drag and drop chords. That's exactly what you need to do. Just drag from here and there. Second chord. Four chords. Now if you double click on the chord in the chord progression bar, you can customize it a little bit more. You can change the voicing of the chord, and there's also the duration where you can specify how long or how short you want your chord to be. So let me just make a chord progression and we'll move on to our DAW and customize it a little bit more. Now I like what I got over here. This is pretty good. Let me just make it a little bit better.
A few moments later.
So now we got the basic chord progression. Now let me show you what else we can do with this. It's a little too basic right now. So let's stylize it a little bit more. So we go to the style select. Let's start with basic 1 and change the BPM to, we'll go 70. Now, I did get some ideas with that, but then let's just see how far we can push it. I do find it a little annoying that I have to adjust the tempo. Oh, wait, I'm so stupid. There's a lock button. Oh my god, that would help me so much. I like that. I know that if I keep looking at the other styles, I'm gonna have too many to choose from. So I'm just gonna limit my options and just gonna choose this. So we go to project menu and export. What do I name this? Astral chords. Okay. And yeah, see, Astral chords. We're good. So now you just load up your plugin of choice. For me, it's a piano. Go to the piano roll, take the MIDI file that you just downloaded and drag it into FL Studio. Hit accept, and there we have it. Isn't it beautiful? Look at the velocities. Look at the strumming. The strumming could be a little bit better. So first, I'm going to go through each chord and strum them to make them sound a little bit more realistic. Just going to lay down a pad on top of this. Consolidate that. I'm going to make my very own pad. How is that going to sound coupled with the piano? Yeah, this is better. For some reason, when I try to use a wider on that particular sound, it causes phasing issues. So we'll try the ozone. Spread it out a little bit. Obviously, we need a guitar. Oh, what about a saxophone? It was all going good until that last note. That's the note I wanted. In order to make the sound realistic, I gotta play a lot with the velocity, so just give me a minute. I'll keep it simple for now. There's no need to overcomplicate it. Sounding pretty good. I really like the sound of acoustic guitar in like ambient tracks. They're so refreshing to hear. You get tired of electric guitar after a while because it's so common. Ooh. So I'll just have this repeating throughout the entire track. I've mentioned this in my previous video. In case you haven't seen it, this plugin right here, the stock plugin, underrated as fuck. Play around with it and see what it does. Or go and check out my video from a couple of weeks back. I'll link it right there. I'm so confused as to whether I'm actually playing the B minor scale or its relative major, but it doesn't matter, does it? A bass and drums, that's all we need. This is sounding so beautiful. There's so many more things I could add to this, but it's too small of a beat right now. Just gonna add the drums and maybe call it a day. Okay, well that's it. That is it. Pretty simple, sleepy-ish chill beat. It sounds really good in my ears right now. I'm just gonna do a little bit more mixing, add a couple of more things to make it a little less repetitive and boring. But after that, this is what it's gonna sound like. If you enjoyed that beat, please let me know in the comments. If you like this video, go and check out my other videos. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next week.